welcome to the second episode of Between the Notes, the podcast where we dive into the minds of artists and uncover their inspirations and explore the highs and lows of their creative journeys. Because let's face it, every artist's path is unique, and sharing these stories can give us all a fresh perspective on life and even the music they create. Each episode, we'll sit down with a new artist to discuss their struggles, their triumphs, and what fuels their passions. I'm your host, Uncle Tat, and today I am beyond excited to introduce our guest, an incredible pop folk artist from Western Australia. She's opened for legends like Baby Animals and Hoodoo Gurus and so many more. She's taken her music all over the state, from Bustleton to Broome. She's even made it onto the shortlist for The Voice a few years back. Today we have the lovely Maya Ixchell joining us.
There's a magical moment held in between the notes. Between the notes where the real world plays, the highs and lows, the dreams of pain. Behind every song there's a tale untold. Welcome inside, let the journey unfold. This is Between the Notes, where music meets life.
Hi Maya, welcome to Between the Notes.
I love the onesie, it's beautiful.
Thank you, it's my little uniform for our interviews. It's classy.
I know I left my hoodie down south with my mum. I was going to wear it, but I just left it down there and I was like,
You're okay, how are you today?
yeah, good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. We had a sick horse last night, but that's all sorted. She's happy today, that's the main thing.
That's good.
But thank you so much for being here. This whole podcasting journey is still relatively new to me, so I really do appreciate your patience with this.
No worries. I'm excited to experience it.
Yeah, me too. Now, I might as well jump straight in with some questions if you're good to go.
Yeah.
So, you've been performing for a little while now, but for those that are just discovering you, especially after your latest release of Panic Attack, which we can all relate to so well, but what else should they know about you?
Off the top of my head, I always try to write like honest feelings and stories from my own experience. Big cat lover. I will always have a cat. For the rest of my life, I hands down guarantee if you've ever seen me, I'm always going to have a cat in my life at that point. What else is there?
Just one cat?
Honestly, probably two. I feel like I can't just have one. There's got to be two and they've got to be friends with each other. I like writing about weird situations and turning them into songs. Obviously with Panic Attack, that's a prime example. I just feel like it makes it a bit unique, bit quirky, I guess.
Definitely, that's for sure. That's how I came across you as Panic Attack, and I was like, I can relate to this. Like,
Yeah.
that's so me. So, I guess you're a graduate of WAPA, which is our Western Australian Academy of Performing Arts. How was
Yeah.
your experience there?
It was the best, best 2 years of my life. Hopefully not in total, but currently so far, best 2 years of my life. I grew up in Bustleton, which is down south for people who don't know. And I moved up to the city to study at WAPA and just really broadened my horizons a bit. I met people who are going to be my best friends forever. I know that with all certainty. I'm like, these people are going to be in my life forever. And yeah, just all the creativity, it's so inspiring and wonderful experience.
Yeah, and I know being gathered around so many other artists and performers like that, it really does help fuel your creativity as well.
No, 100%. And yeah, Panic Attack wouldn't exist without two of my best friends at WAPA. I'm just going to shout them out here. Morgan, Louise and Claire Perrott. Morgan plays the keys on it and they both sing beautiful backing vocals on it too.
That's awesome. And the fact that you guys can collab and help each other out on this journey is so amazing.
I know, it's wonderful. I miss it a lot.
Yeah. Do you think it's prepared you for life as an artist in today's music industry?
Yeah, no, it's definitely helped me get a foot forward. I think growing up down south, I didn't really know a lot about collaborating with other people. I wasn't really sure about the music scene down south, whereas I come up here and it's a bit more transparent. I think you meet people and Trying to think how to word this properly, but I think there's always so much that I'm still learning. Like, I know social media is a big part of being a musician in today's age, so that's something I don't feel like you can get taught. You just kind of have to like wing it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Social media is definitely a huge part of it all now, and I know all of us are sort of looking at it going, what do we do? Like, what do we do on this one? Like, what's this next one? And everyone's jumping platforms, and you're like, I can't keep up. We just do the best we can.
I know, I'm just, God. I was really big on Facebook when I first started as a musician because, like, all my mum's friends were on there, so it was, like, easy to get some, like,
Yeah.
support and stuff. But now I'm finding, like, Facebook's there's no, like, not a lot of point posting, like, there's not a lot of reason to, like, it's all moved to, like, Instagram and TikTok, especially TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, but God, there's just so many, and it's exhausting trying to think of like creative avenues for each one that kind of make you a bit different. And yeah,
Yeah, I get that. And trying to make sure you don't post the same thing on each platform at the same time. It's
I know I'm a bit
overwhelming.
guilty of that sometimes when I'm just can't be bothered. But I know it's like, oh yeah,
I'm shocking. I forget about all the other apps. I'm like, oh, I've got TikTok, but I've posted there, and then I forget it. It's like a month or two, and I'm like, oh, I've got Facebook too, don't I?
yeah, and it's like, oh God, like I think I built a following on Facebook, but I feel like I post now and no one sees it, so the algorithms are really bad, and I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I've kind of given up on Facebook. Instagram and TikTok, try to put energy into that, but yeah.
Look, and I think the reach on Instagram and TikTok is it seems to go further and you connect with an audience all around the world, whereas Facebook seems to be very limited to that circle of friends in a way, and that's where some of these other platforms are great opportunities to be able to interact like that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think TikTok especially is like so cool because I mean, I think you commented on it was just like a video of me eating like my a curry I got, and I was like, I'll just film this dumb TikTok. Like I was in the studio at the time and I was just in the kitchen eating lunch and I was like, I might as well, like the lighting's good, I'll just film like a dumb video, and it reached heaps of people like in Perth, and I was like, oh, well, there you go.
It's the random ones that seem to do the best of all things, and I'm glad it does because it's got you out there.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than, like spending an hour on a video, like editing it, and then it reaches like 20 people and you're like, oh, never mind. But me eating a curry in a kitchen, singing a song reaches like a bunch of people.
Look, if it's easy and it works, go for it. I mean, it's brilliant. So, at what point did you realize music could be more than just a hobby, that it was actually something you could truly pursue and obviously go study at WAPA as well?
I think I grew up with a PlayStation 2, and I don't know, SingStar. That was I think that's when the passion started. I wouldn't necessarily say the talent started there, but I used to sing ABBA on SingStar on my PlayStation 2, like all the ABBA songs. And then Mum took me to singing lessons, and I think kind of turned into a talent. I was kind of like, oh, I really enjoy this. And I think a big turning point for me that really, really pushed me was I lived pretty close to the Nannup Music Festival, and I was like really anxious about performing, and I was like determined this weekend. I was like, my goal is to busk at this festival. Like, I just want to put my hat down and sing, and I didn't play an instrument at the time, so I was just like a cappella singing, and I took me like the entire weekend. I think Sunday afternoon I finally just chucked the hat down and just went for it. And the festival director happened to walk past, and she saw my mum and they had a chat, and she said, oh, if she works really hard and applies next year, like I can try and give, like, we'll see if I can fit her on a stage somewhere. And so I had that motivation and like to really go out of my comfort zone, because I think I just like sang 4 songs or something, and so I had to go home and work on building like a set, a set, and learning an instrument, and learning a set.
But you had that motivation.
Yeah, and it really pushed me. I spent like the whole year. I mean, I think now and I'm like, oh, I probably could have like. I look now and I'm like, a year's a long time to put that together, but for me, I was like grinding it.
Oh, look, a year's not that long to learn an instrument in its entirety. Like that's really not long to get that down pat, especially to perform on a stage as well.
Yeah, so it just took a lot of time, and yeah, I applied the following year. Mum helped me. Trying to think how old I was. I must have been like, I don't know, like I want to say like 14, 15.
Wow.
I'm probably wrong, but but from like an anxious kid who spent the entire weekend putting a hat down, and then I got to play on a stage, and that, I think that really accelerated for me. And just seeing like the Nannup Music Festival, like Phaedra, she runs it, and her support for me, I'm always so grateful, and I try and volunteer there every year just to make up, give back, like, and I'm actually on the committee now supporting the festival.
Yeah, I
because
saw that.
Yeah, because I'm so grateful, because I'm like, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure I would have kept going, but I think that was the real big push that like pushed me to just get onto it.
And that's huge for a young teenager to get that motivation. I mean, this has led us into my next question anyway. So, because you've obviously been going there regularly now, like how many years
Yeah.
have you been performing there?
I was trying to think about this the other day, actually. It's been a few. Performed with my band for the first time 2023. 2020, I think. I'm probably wrong. Again, I'm bad with dates.
That's all right. I'm terrible with them
Yeah,
as well.
and I got to play, like, it was a Sunday morning, and I got to play on the amphitheatre. I don't know if you've been to Nannup, but the amphitheatre stage, it's like, it is the main stage. It was a Sunday morning, so it was pretty chill, but it was really like a full circle moment for me. I was like, I started as a terrified kid, just like chucked my hat down, and now I'm up here playing my own original music with my band, which was so cool. And I think I was kind of like, oh, and I think I often will fill in, because I'm just there anyway. If someone pulls out or someone's sick last minute, I'm happy to like jump up on a stage and come up with something. But it's, yeah, I'm just so grateful for that festival. Like, it's my favorite festival, and they're so nurturing and supportive of young upcoming artists. And yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I would be in the position I'm in without their help, really. I could
So,
rave
I
about that
mean,
music festival all day.
you were obviously local to that region, but what drew you there? Like, I mean, it's obviously a regular music festival, but is it something you'd always go to and it was just the inspiration was just get the hat out there and just start? Or was it like mum dragged you along and she was like, right, here's something, let's see what you can do?
I think there used to be, I don't know if they still have it, there was they used to have like a kids talent show at one of the stages, and I think mum was kind of like, oh, this is like your chance, like you can go on a stage and build some confidence, which was, it was very much needed at the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I did that, and then I think I did that, and I was like riding that high, and I was like, okay, I've performed on a stage. But yeah, I feel like I've always been going to the Nannup Music Festival for as long as I can remember, because we live not in Nannup, like grew up just down the hill, kind of between Busselton and Nannup, so I just feel like we're always going there. And then I think mum was so grateful for how supportive they were of me, so she's also on the committee now, so we're just all on the committee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And the fact that it's inspired so much of a big journey in your life as well, like that's beautiful.
Yeah, no, love the Nannup Music Festival.
So, I mean, you've clearly got a deep passion for your art, and I know you said the PlayStation, but would you say that inspired your love of music, or would you say that there was an artist or a song or something that just got in your head and you were like, this is that earworm that really triggered you?
I think I just grew up in a house where there was always music playing. Like, when I was growing up, mum would play music before we went to bed, so I was literally only talking to her last night or the night before I went down and visited her, and we'll going through all these old songs that she used to play before I went to bed, and I was like, oh my god. I think Kelly Clarkson, Sugar Road Traders.
Oh my gosh. I feel
Shannon
really
Knoll.
old that you're calling these old songs.
No, they're not old. Like, they're just like some songs I haven't listened to in like recently, and I go back and I'm like, oh my god. Sorry, I didn't mean to call them old songs. Because they're not in the scheme of things, but I'm just like, oh my god, and they just kind of transport me to like, again, I'm going off on like a tangent. I swear I'm a little bit
You're
ADHD,
fine.
but like songs, I feel like I listen to them and it takes me to a place in time where I've like heard them, or I have like a memory that's kind of allocated with them, I think. So like hearing all those songs, I was like, oh, I feel like a kid again. Like, I've got to go to bed
Yeah.
and mum's going to put this on while I fall asleep. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And I've got to have a coffee. I didn't know about your love with cats, but I'm sorry.
Where did you get that? I want one.
We actually made them, so I can send you one if you like.
What?
We had a website
Yes.
over COVID, and the cats kept crapping on the floor, so the mug had to be made.
Yeah. No, that's very warranted. Do you have cats?
Yeah, we had three. We've got two now. One passed away earlier in the year, but we only wanted one. Only wanted one.
It's where
And
it
the other two
starts.
are rescues. The one that we wanted is the one that's no longer with us. And these other two aren't unwanted. They weren't expected.
Yeah.
One's, I think, like 14 years old now, and she was a feral that someone found like tapping at their back door as a kitten. And so she came to us, she'd hide like from everyone, and now she's literally in my face howling. So she's weird. And then my partner Tay was driving home. We lived in the wheat belt, and he was driving down a deserted road, and this mother cat and like 4 or 5 kittens ran across the road, and he pulled over, and he's like, what am I supposed to do? One of them ran up and sat on his foot, and the others sort of looked at him and then skulked off with their mum, and he couldn't find them. But this one sat on his foot and refused to budge. So we brought it home, and we're like, all right, we'll find a home for it.
And then you just...
And we still have him.
Yeah, we still have him.
I think it's like 7 years later, and he's still with us, and it's like, he thinks he's a dog, and we just can't part with him now. But it's like, oh my gosh, how did we end up with 3 cats? Like, we just wanted one.
Yeah.
It's always the way.
Yeah. No, literally, I had to lock my door, otherwise they'd probably be in here and like on the computer.
Yeah. I have a fly screen door on the studio to keep them out of here on purpose, but I have to shut the other door or they'll howl.
I'm surprised they haven't. Usually they're like yelling at the door, so they must know.
At least I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
All right, off our little tangent there. You're not the only one with ADHD here. I'm definitely on a rainbow.
Yeah.
So you currently have 9 tracks on Spotify. Can we expect some more music from you soon?
Yes, I have some songs in the mixing and mastering process at the moment. Yeah, how much more to... I've got all the artwork for them, just waiting for the final tweaks and yeah.
That's awesome. Do you do all that yourself as well?
I wish. It's something I really want to learn, but I work with, yeah.
That's awesome that you have a crew that can help you put it together and bring it to fruition, because I know so many people need that community to bring things together like that.
I guess people I've been working with for a long time down south. I think there's 2 producers I work with regularly down there, and I feel like I can't go anywhere else. They're just great. Like, yeah, so good.
And there is a different vibe between city life and country life. Like, there's just a different flow with things.
Yeah, no, for sure, 100%.
So I definitely get that. Like, I left the city 10 years ago now, and I can't go back. I did one trip and I was like, whoa, this is too much. Like, I'm used to the life on the farm where the sun goes down and that's it. That's the end of it. You hang out in the house and then it goes up again.
I know.
So very different.
I think I'm enjoying it while I'm here, and I really enjoy it being here, but it's just like, I go home and I'm like, yep, sigh of relief. I'm like, oh, peaceful.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. We helped Ma move down here, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. We went there and people were vacuuming and sweeping, and I was just like, we hadn't been to Perth in like 7 years, so it was like there's lights on the freeway up north, and people are awake at this time on a Wednesday night or something. It was just, I'm a country boy now.
Yeah.
So I'm back on track again, because I totally go off on tangents all the time.
That's fine.
So, I mean, your lyrics are deeply personal. What inspires you to share those moments so vulnerably? Especially, like you said, that kid with anxiety. So now you're sharing some of these stories like Panic Attack. Why now, and why share them, I guess?
A lot of the music I have grown up listening to, I'm a huge lyrics person when it comes to music. Like, it's always the first thing it's a big factor on whether I like a song or not, is I always go for lyrics, and I'm like, if they're, I don't know, like Taylor Swift was a big idol for me growing up, and her songwriting, and I think seeing how her really specific lyrics resonate with like a lot of people, even though like it's her situation, but it just resonates so far. And I'm like, I saw the Eras tour last year, and I'm just like, imagine like being able to sing a song about like something you went through that's like, you thought it was just you going through it, and you're up there in like a stadium singing it to like 100,000 people, and everyone else resonates it and has their own meaning in it. And I just think that's so important to be truthful and honest in your songwriting, because I think it helps a lot of people, and what's the word I'm looking for? Helps their experience. There's another word I'm looking for. Fosters their experience, and kind of makes them relate to you more as an artist. They feel like they know you a bit more than, I guess, if you're...
Yeah, definitely.
I guess hiding a little bit. Whereas, I think I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, am I too honest? I don't know.
Oh, look, if it makes songs like Panic Attack, you're not being too honest. It is so relatable, and I well and truly relate to that. Like, I'm either overwhelmed or underwhelmed in those places, and I'm the kind of adult that'll run through the toy section and trigger all the Tickle Me Elmos and stuff. Like, I never grow out of that.
I do that all the, like, in Kmart especially. Like, I love doing that. This is a test actually. I'm going to try it. My partner absolutely hates it. He gets like really overstimulated when I do it. This is a test to see if he's watching. So, Sam, no.
So, do you start with a concept or a lyric or a melody when you start writing? Does it change every time you do a song?
It kind of does. I think with Panic Attack, I was leaving the Kmart and was like in tears, and I was walking and my head started clearing a little bit, and I was like, what the hell? And I just wrote like Panic Attack in the kitchen. I came out in my notes app, and I was like, I'm coming back to this. Like, there's going to be a song about this. But whereas Hurricane, I think I kind of knew what I wanted, like, structure-wise, but then I think writing the lyrics, I really had to kind of get a bit personal with myself. I was like, no, yeah, and yeah, it's really different. And I think one of my songs, Hurt Me, the chorus line came to my head in a dream, and I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I was like, I'm going to write this down, and then that's how that song came about. Yeah, I feel like it's different every time. I'm not like a very habit kind of person. Like, everything just, yeah.
Flows it when it's right, it's right, and it just happens.
Yeah.
Look, I definitely understand that. So who would you say has been your biggest influence, both in music and life?
Taylor Swift.
Enough. Look, I haven't listened to a lot of her, but now that, because when I go live, people pick the music and they've been playing a lot, so I've been listening to the lyrics. I'm like, okay, I can understand why people actually relate to her so much.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I feel like I could say I'm inspired by any, like, female singer-songwriter. I've listened, like, to a lot of, honestly, any female singer-songwriter. I'm just like, oh my God, like, I idolize everyone, really.
Yeah. And it is such a difficult industry, at the best of times, let alone at the worst of times.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, for any artist, let alone female artists, like, I see so many horror stories, and the fact that there are people out there doing it and doing it independently to ensure that they can release the music the way they want it to be done, and that's pretty big, and the more of people doing that we can support, the better, because that's where we really get to hear people's true stories of what's going on.
No, 100%.
So, if you could collaborate with any artist, who would that be?
I feel like in a, like, huge sense, I would love to, like, write a song with, like, Taylor Swift or Gracie Abrams, or who else have I seen? Damn it. My mind always goes blank when I start thinking about my favourite artists, because there's just so many of them. Otherwise, like, on a local sense, there's so many talented people in Perth. Honestly, WA, Australia. I'd love to write a song with anybody, really, or, like, sing a song with anybody. So, if anyone's seeing this and they want to write a song, hit me up.
It'll happen. I mean, that's an amazing opportunity for them and you as well, like, to have you singing someone else's songs. That's awesome. Yeah. So now I have to ask, how does Sam feel about your touring life? Is he your biggest fan or your loyal luggage handler? Like, does he tag along? And
he's the roadie. So it used to be my mum. My mum would, like, help me lift all the heavy stuff, and then when I moved up here and, like, obviously been dating Sam for a while, and he's now the roadie, I'm like, come to my gig, carry my speakers, like, carry my guitar, help me pack up at the end. Like,
that's perfect.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
So, I mean, I like to do a bit of digging before I chat with anyone. Years ago, you helped in a petition against drinking water chlorination.
Oh my God, you deep dive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so even though that wasn't successful, because I see it gets rehashed every couple of years, it actually gets brought up again. It's a topic a lot of people do care about. And how would you say your environmental awareness has evolved as you've grown older?
I think I'm always trying to be really mindful of a lot of things, like, especially with the whole aspect, like, on the topic of chlorinated water. I don't know, I don't like drinking it, and we've got, like, a crazy filter up here that, like, filters the chlorine and the fluoride out of it, and I'm like, I grew up drinking rainwater, so I think that's all I want to drink.
Yeah.
I don't know how scientific this is, or if there's any, like, but I feel like I have a pretty good immune system. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder if, like, the rainwater, like, helps. I don't know. I don't know a lot about science stuff, but I'm healthy, and I'm, healthy aside from, like, various things, but it's just,
You're fine. I was just curious to see if it's really channeled on and you're still out there at rallies and things like that, or whether it's just being conscious of things now.
No, like, rallies are something I want to take part of, and I'm really passionate about, like, people's rights and stuff, but I feel like I'm really unaware with like when these things happen, and then I'll often see them on my friends' stories, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
missed
Oh, that
it.
was
I
yesterday.
didn't.
Crap.
Yeah, like, oh my god, damn it. But yes,
Look,
I
I'm
like
the
to do.
same with that. And I've missed every single Pride festival in the last like 15 years. I'm like, oh, I'll go to it this year. And they're like, it was last month. And I'm like, oh, shit, not again. Like,
It's good because I play at a lot of Pride festivals, so I'm like, I'm always like, at least I have that. I'm like, okay, I went to that. That's my like,
yeah, at least you made it.
yeah, exactly. But I know I would like to make sure I get to things like not just because I'm playing at them, but to go support
Yeah,
because it's
you'll get
very
there.
important.
I've started trying to write things on a calendar to remind me of stuff now. I'm still failing because I don't look at the calendar every day, but it's getting better.
I'm really trying with a calendar. When we agreed on this interview, I didn't put it in my calendar just because I'm terrible. I keep going, I remember it, and then I think was driving down south and I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I don't put it somewhere, like I know what's going to happen is I'm going to like sleep in or something's going to happen and it's going to be so embarrassing for me. So I was like, I just have to, I'm trying to get really good with my calendar because it helps. It really helps having it
Yeah,
there.
I don't like being that disciplined to do it.
Wish something would just do it for me. Actually, maybe I should hire like an assistant.
Yeah.
Sam,
I've
Sam.
wondered about Alexa if you can use Alexa to do that stuff, but then I don't have one, so I don't
Yeah.
worry. Yeah. So I did, like I said, I did that digging. I read that letter to the Shire. And I mean, that was so well written for, I think you're about 10 years old at the time.
I think
So,
me and mum worked, like I tried to tell her how I felt and she helped. I actually can't remember. God, it was so long ago. If I was 10, oh my God, it was nearly 15 years ago. No,
yeah, wow.
but God, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I know that was such an experience. God, I can't believe you brought that up. That's actually like, I'm like, whoa, I remember that. I remember I had to go into all my classrooms at school and be like, who wants to sign this petition?
Yeah, no, you had a few signatures too. So, like, have you always had a knack for writing? Like, even outside of music, has it always been something that you've had a passion for?
Yes, I would come home from school every day and go straight to my laptop. I'm not giving any like details that will exploit me, but I used to write fanfics when I was younger, and it would just like I'd be in my room and I'm like because I don't know, I just always loved writing, and I'm like mum would be like, what are you typing, like what are you writing? And I'm just always, or she just hear the keyboard clicking from my room. And it was a bit of a power move though. When I got to high school, I was in like the business like we went to the business course, and keyboard typing was like something we were graded on. And you know, like the rest
Oh,
of the
yeah.
class started at like a general level, and there's me like 90 words a minute, like I just knew. And yeah, I was kind of like just that person, because there'd always be a competition and everyone's like, why are we even trying, like mate, it's just gonna win it.
That's
So all
great.
that writing and fanfic writing, you know, paid off.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I've seen you've mentioned before in another interview that writing is therapeutic for you. Do you ever start like writing something down and then suddenly realize like, hang on, this could be a song, and then totally get distracted on another project? Just
Yeah, that has happened. And then it's also sometimes I'm writing stuff about how I'm feeling and it's almost like too dark to be a song, I think. Like I had like a really rough time a couple years ago, and of course I went to songwriting because I was like, let me just see what I can get out of this. It was this song, and it was just such an angry, dark song. I played it live a couple of times, and I was like, I was like, this feels so wrong to like sing a song about. I don't know, it's not a bit weird. It was just like a weird feeling. I've never felt it with many songs, but it's like I'll sing it, and I'm like, oh, this isn't like commercial. Probably it's not something you'd like slide in on an album, like at the very bottom, like
yeah,
not a push it
a
out.
random bonus track.
Yeah, but it was God. I just had like some of my angriest lyrics on it, and I was like, oh my God. Like I listen to it now, and I'm like, whoa, calm
Yeah.
down.
Wow,
Yeah,
where did that come from?
yeah. Who wrote that? What the hell?
So, have you ever considered writing beyond lyrics, like articles, books? Like you mentioned fan fiction. Like, are there some Maya Chronicles we need to be reading?
You know what? They're on the internet somewhere, but I would have had a username that was different. No one will ever find them, so it's fine.
I might have to dig a bit more now.
Hey, I mean, from what you've told me so far, I think you could genuinely probably find them. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I've loved writing. I do think I'm like, one day I'm like, I'd love to write like a book, but it's so hard sitting down and concentrating long enough to like crack things out, I think. Otherwise, yeah, no, I think journalism was a potential career path that I considered for a while that I think would factor in with music because you can do like music reviews and stuff. But yeah, honestly, I'd love to write a book. That would be so fun.
So it could be on the cards in the future.
Or maybe I'll write my own like biography when I'm super famous. Like,
Sounds
the
good.
life
We'd
of-
read that.
Sell
So
it
a
in
lot
a
of
gimmick or something.
yeah. So a lot of artists can't actually commit to music full time. Like, do you have a side hustle at the moment, or has music fully taken over for you?
Right now, I'm trying to make it my full-time hustle. I was working full-time last year, and it was just so hard, like working like a 9 to 5, coming home and you're like, I haven't posted on social media in like a month. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, and I was just so tired all the time. I didn't have. But obviously, the financial was great. Like, I was getting enough money, like, to do music and stuff, but I just didn't have the time to, like, focus on it. Whereas now I work casually in events, which is good, but obviously, financial-wise, it's not, it's not amazing. But
Yeah.
gigs and stuff, I do gigs which are good, and yeah, the events, and then most of the week I try and do like music admin and create content to persuade people to listen to me online.
Look, it's working. It's getting traction. You just got to keep going.
Yeah, hey, look, we got this interview out of a dumb TikTok, so
Look, it wasn't dumb. I love that song. Like, and I've been sharing it with our guys because when I'm live on TikTok, we play music. So
Oh, really?
we have your music going there too. Yeah, I think it was around New Year's because I've been doing TikTok lives for nearly 6 months now, and
That's it,
we
yeah.
we talk. We have hold space for mental health check-ins, and we play music because it holds such a big aspect of mental health and communication, expression, everything. So I have a system that actually lets people type in a code and plays the music. It lines the music up through Spotify. So we have that, and I think your songs are in the last 2 or 3 months playlists because we create a monthly playlist from it all.
Yeah.
So they definitely relate to Panic Attack very much.
oh, awesome. Well,
So
I guess I want to say awesome, but like not awesome at the same time. But
it
not
is a
awesome for
tough
their
thing.
vibes.
Yeah. So I guess, like I was saying, on my TikTok lives, we do hold that safe space for mental health check-ins and like I said, tunes and music. I really want to bring that into this podcast as well because music has such a powerful role in healing. And your song Panic Attack was inspired by a literal panic attack in Kmart. I mean, can you share a bit more about what happened? Like, was that moment in Kmart one of what you feel like might have been one of your lowest points?
I thought so at the time, but things got lower. No jokes. So I had to put some dark humor in there. But it was an interesting point of my life because I hadn't really had much experience with panic attacks, but I was like, oh my god, like what is going on? I don't know if you want me to go into like the backstory of why.
Whatever
I
you're
had
comfortable to share, you're more than welcome to.
It's so dumb, really. Because I moved in with my dad, and I had only been there like a few, like month, a couple of weeks, whatever, and I was wanting to cook like chicken schnitzel for dinner, but I don't think he had like the way Mum used to cook it at home. I was like, oh, she's got like this big round pan, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have that, so I have to go get it, and we didn't have an egg slice or something, I think, and I walked to Kmart, which was like half an hour walk, and yeah, I just kind of like was looking, and I started like looking at these things, and I was like, they didn't have egg slices at first, and I was like, my god, like, so that stressed me out, and then the pans were like expensive, and I was like, oh my god, like what's going on? Like, and it was all just because I wanted to cook like a chicken schnitzel for dinner. I think there would have been stuff there that I could have used, but I was just so like set in my way. I was like, oh well, Mum used to make it like this, so I have to make it like this, and yeah, just all these utensils, and they were sold out or expensive. And then I remembered I needed batteries, and I went to get batteries, and they had the wrong brand, and then I was just like in a fit by this point, and it's so stupid. I was like, I look back now and I'm like, what the hell? But you know, I get really overstimulated in big stores like Kmart and Costco and IKEA, and I hate going to them. But obviously you have to, but
Oh, look, I am the same. And nowadays with the prices, I regularly walk around the stores and my partner just looks at me because I've hit the point I don't bother complaining anymore. There's just nothing we can do. So I regularly walk around the aisles and go at all the prices and I feel
yeah.
better. So it's
Hey,
my
actually, I'm gonna
little
give that a shot next time I'm in my Kmart.
yeah, it sort of channels instead of getting depressed and like I can't afford that, it's just like no, screw you. So I regularly walk around the shopping centers pulling fingers at prices.
I love that. I actually think, yeah, I'm gonna take that. I feel like that'll make me
Yeah.
feel better.
It makes me feel so much better. I'm like, okay, I'm not stressed after that shop. I got it all out while I was in there. I don't need to come in the car and scream at the steering wheel or anything. It's all done.
I know, yeah. I could complain for ages about prices. I just see like I should not be paying $10 for a small Easter bunny. Like
Oh
I
my
swear I used to be able to
gosh.
get that. Used to be able to get that for like $3 or something when I was a kid. I swear.
Or
I'm
you'd
like,
get the big boxes of the full-on Easter packs for that price. It's
yeah,
crazy
and I'm
now.
like, oh my god, take me back. It
Yeah. So how long after that experience in Kmart did it take for you to actually be able to turn it into a song?
was actually pretty soon after because I was really inspired walking home, and I was like, I really want to make this a song. Like I think this will be. I was kind of thinking this would be like the dumbest but funniest thing. And I really wanted to make it a funny song too. When I first started writing it, it was intended to be, I was going to make it like a pull the piss, like funny song. And when I started writing it, in my head, I was like, it's going to be like a electric guitar kind of song. Just like went the opposite way, really. And I was like, this song's actually like sad, I guess, like maybe. And yeah, my lyrics went the sadder route, which tends to happen. Yeah, but I think a song for pulling the piss will come out eventually. So hopefully.
Oh, look, so many of us relate to it. I love the way you did that song. So it's been perfect, honestly.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have to talk about this, but you've been quite open about having surgery recently to remove an ovary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something incredibly tough, especially, I mean, you're not old. So, I mean, would you be open to sharing some of that journey with us?
Yeah. Even if it like promotes like a bit of awareness, I guess. I just had to go to the hospital for like I was in a lot of pain, and they found a cyst on my ovary, like not just an ordinary cyst. This cyst was 25 centimeters. centimeters. So like think
Wow.
like your school ruler, like that. Yeah, it was huge, and they were freaked out.
Sorry, my brain
And
was still on Easter eggs. That's how big they used to be back in the day.
yeah,
Not
no,
kind of the
and it was
surprise you want.
yeah, and it was very rough at the start because I think they were trying to figure out if it was cancer. So that was a bit scary, but then it turned out to be okay. And yeah, I just had to have the ovary and the cyst removed, and I feel so much better now. I'm like 6 kilos down. It's great.
So
But
was it having a knock-on effect in life, like well, I mean, obviously a cyst, but was it like chronic fatigue? Was there other things that you weren't actually aware that it was causing in your life?
I don't know. I mean, I think I just thought my life was like everything was normal, whereas I feel like a new person now. Like I feel like I've got like I'm in like a Disney movie and I've got a bit of a sparkle in my step. I feel everything's kind of exciting and possible. I don't know. It's probably just like a mindset of, I don't know, like it's out of my body, and I feel great right now, which is good.
That's good. So, I mean, what advice would you give to other women experiencing something similar along those health struggles?
Well, it's really difficult. I think, like, I just recommend going and getting, like, a scan or something, because there's no symptoms for a cyst, so, like, you don't know you have it until you coincidentally have a scan one day. So I think it's good to, like, get onto it and check, because, I mean, mine was 25 centimeters long, so it's been growing for a while.
Yeah,
And I just had
wow.
no idea. And yeah, it's, I think, just important to check up on yourself and get checked out and make sure everything's okay. And yeah, always find the humor in situations. Hence
No, thank you.
the TikTok that I posted about it.
And so what helped you get through that? I mean, I saw you dancing to, was it Pitbull?
Yeah.
Just finding humor in it, was it?
Yeah, I think I'm just like like sometimes I'll need like a moment to have a freak out, but I will 95% of the time I can find humor in like the darkest situations. Like when I was waiting to find out results of like the big C word and stuff. Like, I was just joking around, and everyone was kind of like, aren't you, like, frightened? Are you scared? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But, like, I feel like you just got to joke your way through it, and then hopefully...
What else can you do?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I might as well be laughing and having a good time than freaking out and stressing. And same with the surgery. Like, I think Mum's got a bunch of videos of me after the surgery, because I was just like, I think they like wheeled me like into the room, and I was just singing all my responses to people.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
and Mum's like, but they were like popular songs, like I think, but like I'd just find a lyric in them, and that's what I would sing, and it'd be my response. And Mum's like, you were just singing like all these songs. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
The fact that your brain could find that connection even though you were so out of it is pretty cool.
I'm like, oh, okay. But it was, you know what, I thought it was fun. Like, it was a bit funny. I've never been so, like, out of it in my life. So it was, yeah.
No, good. And obviously the recovery's not been too bad.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm finally get to drive again. So I just got my car back in Perth. So I'm like, yes.
Oh, wow. Finally.
Yeah. I've been getting chauffeured everywhere for the last 4 to 5 weeks, which has been... It's been fun, I miss driving.
Yeah, you kind of want to steal the car and go off on your own adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
So during those darker times that you've been through, did you have someone to lean on? Like, how did you cope with it all?
I'm really lucky in a sense that, like, I have such a supportive friend group, I have a supportive partner, I have really supportive family, and they were all around for me to vent and cry and laugh too. They always get the very raw, exposed version of how I'm going, which is good.
We need people that understand that. Like, it's really hard in this world to have people that we're really open with about who we are and what we're going through. So to have people in your life is a beautiful thing, to just be so open. They might not appreciate it all the time, but the fact that you've got them is beautiful, and I'm sure it's reciprocated.
No, yeah, 100%. I always feel very comfortable talking about how I'm feeling, because I know the people I'm doing it to do the same to me. Like, they always tell me how they're feeling, and I get an insight into it, and it's like, you know, I've got each other's backs emotionally, you know, whatever. Hopefully that makes
that's
sense.
a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So back to music. Does performing... I totally go off on tangents.
No, you're all good.
Does performing calm your nerves? Like, is there always that bit of anxiety before you get on stage where you step up to the mic and then you just start and it sort of fades away, or is there that undercurrent of anxiety there?
I think the worst part of performing is, like, right before you go on stage. Like, that's... like,
before they announce you, sort of thing? Yeah,
they announce you before you... Or even, like, cover gigs I do, when the first song you start singing, because it's like everyone in the audience, it's their first perception of you, and you kind of just have to watch and see. I feel like I'm pretty good at reading people, or maybe it's just like my mum when she's in the audience sometimes. Like, I can read her face, so like I know if the sound's not right, or I know if there's been like an off moment, because like I can see it on her face. So I often will just scan the audience, and I'm like, what do they think? What do they think? And then I'm like, are you clapping after the song? Are you not clapping? Like, what's
I think that's awesome that you gauge your mum's face and you're like, okay, I need to do better. Like, I got to pull that up now.
No, and sometimes I like sing a note and I'm like, not sure if that sounded right, and I'm like, where's mum? And, you know, she's there, and like I can kind of read it, and I'm like, okay, there's no face, so like it must have been fine. So
yeah, that's great. So what do you hope your listeners take away from your songs?
I hope they just find like a story, or I'm gonna say, I had something in my head just then and it's gone. I hope my listeners take my songs and can find their own meanings in it, or it resonates with them, makes them feel like they're less alone. I'd love to write a song for like every kind of situation, just so people listen and are like, yeah, you know.
Pick a day of the diary.
Yeah, there is one specific song, I feel like I'm just going to mention it on here, that it's not released yet, but it's just like a really unhinged song that's kind of like, I play it at every gig, and it's people who've seen me live know it, and they kind of ask for it. It's this song I wrote about, and I'm not sure anyone will resonate with it in like a personal sense, because it's not really pliable, but it's a song about dying, and at your funeral, like, your best friend hits on your boyfriend, and like it was a joke song that I wrote after like me and mum had like a weird... We were taking photos on a beach, and it was like a thunderstorm, and I made a joke about made a joke about getting struck by lightning and like dying, and she's like, don't say that, like that's weird. And I was like, oh, you know, like if I get struck by lightning, you've got to go to my funeral and see who hits on my boyfriend, like just unhinged stuff as a joke. And she starts laughing and she's like, you're actually a psycho, but you should write a song about that. And yeah, I have this one song and it's just unhinged, but I really look forward to the day.
It sounds great, honestly.
I look forward to the day that it's released, because I'm just, it's been sitting on it for ages. It's crazy.
That sounds like I'm looking forward to you releasing that one, honestly. That sounds so good.
No, it's
so I'm
fine.
going to share my screen for a second. So what advice would you have for your younger self? Little Maya.
Damn! I think this was like my first, oh my god. Hey!
I think this was a bushfire charity fundraiser or something.
I think that was like my first gig ever. Like, I think I just tell her to keep showing up, keep putting your best foot forward, focus on growing as an artist, and don't compare yourself to other people, because that is a trap. And when you're in your dark times, just keep going, because the storm does not last forever.
That's beautiful. So before we wrap things up, we have a 2-minute quickfire round of questions. Now, it was originally 60 seconds, but we had a chat with Nick Convene last week, and he loved it so much we bumped it into another minute. And he managed to get 18 questions done in 2 minutes.
Oh my god, okay.
So give me a sec, I'll set my timer. No pressure or anything.
Pressure.
Let me get to my timer. Where are you? The one thing I'm not organised with. They're fun and easy questions, thankfully. Are you ready?
No, but let's go.
Okay, studio or live performance?
Live performance.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
The worst part of being a musician?
Coming up with social media content.
Best part of being a musician?
Writing songs.
A song you can't help dancing to?
No, why does my mind go empty with this stuff? Something on Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia album.
Favourite movie soundtrack?
Twilight.
An artist you'd love to tour with?
Gracie Abrams.
An artist you'd love to tour with?
Gracie Abrams.
What instrument do you wish you played?
I wish I played piano a lot better.
Favourite music genre outside of your own?
Like pop, dance pop.
First concert you attended?
Lady Gaga.
Best concert you've ever seen?
Coldplay or Taylor Swift.
A guilty pleasure song?
Anything One Direction. One Direction's first album.
A song that reminds you of home?
It's gonna sound weird. Montana by Daya.
Pre-show ritual?
Freak Out and Stress Out.
Dream duet partner?
Harry Styles.
Most embarrassing on-stage moment?
Oh, when I got up to play and I didn't plug my guitar in, I just started playing.
Favourite cruising song?
There's so many. Style by Taylor Swift.
Awesome. You got 16 songs. 16 questions.
Oh.
It's alright, it was good fun.
Someone's always through me. I'm like, think.
I know, they're all random questions in there. I don't even know what to expect. I didn't even write them. I got my partner to write them also. I have no idea what we're getting either.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
So, before we finish up, can you tell us what's next for Maya Ixchell?
What's next? Well, I'm aiming to do an EP. That's my goal. EP and a headline show is my goal for this year, so that's what I'm hoping is next.
And are you doing any opening gigs or tours, or I don't know if the Nanup Festivals happened yet this year?
Yeah, March. A few weeks ago.
Okay. So you performed there, did you as well this year?
No, I was just on working duty this year. I was in the ticket office.
So you were the backup, just in case. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today, Maya. It's lovely to have you here on Between the Notes and share your story.
No worries. Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun.
I can't wait to see where your journey takes you next.
Thank you.
To our listeners, thank you for tuning in for another episode. Make sure to join us next time as we dive into another artist's creative world. This has been Between the Notes with Uncle Tat. Until next time, please be kind to each other and kind to yourselves.
My name's Maya Ixchell, and this is my song Panic Attack. 21 and I'm feeling stuck on repeat. Thought I'd have traveled the world, but the furthest I've got is my phone screen. I have
hopes, I have dreams. Wanted to be a star when I was 15, but now I'm sitting here in denial. I just had a panic attack in the kitchen. I had a panic attack in the kitchen. I let came on. I don't know how I let things get so dark. This isn't where I imagined I would be when I was planning my life down to a T. At 15, my heart is full of so many dreams that my mind won't let me achieve. Weighs me down like a ton of bricks, and I swear I'm getting sick of this. I have hopes, I have dreams. Wanted to be a star when I was 15. The way I judge my life feels like I'm on trial. Don't wanna be stuck in the kitchen. I had a panic attack in the kitchen. I came on. I don't know how I let things get so dark. This isn't where I imagined I would be. No, I don't know when my inner voice betrayed me, laughing in my ear, saying everyone hates me. This isn't where I imagined I would be when I was planning my life down to a T. You ask me how I'm doing, and I should say that I'm fine. But lately my sanity has been a little hard to find. I had a panic attack in the kitchen. All it came on. I don't know how I let things get so dark. This isn't where I imagined I would be. No, I don't know when my inner voice betrayed me, laughing in my ear, saying everyone hates me. This isn't where I imagined I would be. No, at 15, I'm planning my life now. I'm planning my life to a T. I